1798 Aliens Enemy Act, that one's good to go. That's good to go according to the latest ruling from a Pennsylvania judge. We talked a little bit about this week. The U.S. can actually use this Alien Enemies Act to deport gang members associated with Venezuela. TDA, as the gang is known, Tren de Agua. I don't think I said that right, and I do speak Spanish, but anyway, it's a bad gang, and it's got ties, it's believed, to Nicolas Maduro. Of course, Tulsi Gabbard's outfit came out recently, within the last couple of days, and tried to basically throw cold water on that. Tulsi responded yesterday. Go look at the lead in yesterday's show. She got rid of two of the top intel people there because her feeling is, hey, we're all on one team. If you're not on the team, if you're actually against MAGA policies and you're going to try and get in the way of this thing, then we don't need you. We don't need you. And so they were fired. She's been conducting an investigation. More firings are likely to happen. But in the case of this law, Stephanie Haynes out of Pennsylvania ruling that, yes, indeed, the 1798 Alien Enemies Act can be used.
Number one, DOJ said a federal court cannot compel the executive branch to engage in any mandated act of diplomacy or incursion upon the sovereignty of another nation. So your argument is that you don't have to bring him back home, but will you?
So I want to correct, I hate to do it, Bill, but I got to correct you on every single thing that you said because it was all wrong. First, we won the Supreme Court case, clearly, 9-0. A district court judge said unconscionably that the president and his administration have to go into El Salvador and extradite one of their citizens, an El Salvadorian citizen, so that would be kidnapping, that we have to kidnap an El Salvadorian citizen against the will of his government and fly him back to America, which would be an unimaginable act and an invasion of El Salvador's sovereignty. So he appealed to the Supreme Court, and it said clearly no district court can compel the president to exercise his Article 2 foreign powers in any way whatsoever. DOJ called me after that Supreme Court ruling, and they said, this is amazing. We won this case 9-0. We are in excellent standing here. So this has been portrayed wrong for 72 hours in the media. They said the most a court could ever compel you to do would be to facilitate return, which would basically mean if El Salvador voluntarily sends him back, we wouldn't block him at the airport. We would put him back into ICE detention, and then he would be deported either back to El Salvador or somewhere else. The Supreme Court said that is the most the government can be expected to do. So we won the case handily. The misreporting on this has been atrocious.
Okay,
Secondly,
I appreciate the clarification.
No, Bill, it's important. He was not mistakenly sent to El Salvador.
Okay, so do you still
He's
believe
an illegal
he is a
alien
member of
from
MS?
El Salvador. Hold on, this is important. In 2019, he was ordered deported. He has a final removal order from the United States. These are things that no one disputes. Where is he from? El Salvador. Where is he a resident and citizen of? El Salvador. Is he here illegally? Yes. Does he have a deportation order? Yes. A DOJ lawyer who has since been relieved of duty, a saboteur, a Democrat, put into a filing incorrectly that this was a mistaken removal. It was not. This was the right person sent to the right place. Now, some have said, well, but he had a thing called a withholding order. So a withholding order means you've been ordered deported, but an immigration judge is saying you cannot go back to a particular country. Here's the thing. If you are a member of a foreign terrorist organization, you cannot have a withholding order. Since he's in MS-13, there is no withholding order. Furthermore, the gang that he is accused of being persecuted by doesn't exist anymore in El Salvador. The 18th Street gang is gone. So you have an illegal alien from El Salvador. Bill, where are we supposed to send the illegal alien from El Salvador?
You haven't even
to
allowed
what
me
country?
to ask you a question. Are you convinced he is still a member of MS-13? That was your original charge.
Yes. But here's the thing, Bill. Yes, but here, not only am I convinced of it, not only is El Salvador convinced of it, Bill, he's an illegal alien from El Salvador with the deportation order. So his only options in life, Bill, his only options in life are to be deported to El Salvador or to be deported to some other country. That's it. He has a deportation order. So, Bill, you tell me, what country should we deport him to? Tell me, please. Tell me.
So Marco Rubio on Sunday morning said this.
Okay, Bill's changing the topic. I know I've showed you guys that before, but it's fantastic, right? Miller is brilliant. I've always said this. when I was at Fox, like a lot of people actually didn't want to have him on their show because he was considered sort of toxic. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This guy is freaking brilliant. All right, you want to know who rated on my show? I'll tell you right now. Bannon, brilliant. I don't agree with him on everything, but brilliant. Miller, phenomenal. Right? I could listen to him all day. He's fantastic. And he knows the law inside and out. Oh, and my son. My little guy. I'd bring him on. He's really happy with the stock market lately. He has his little Robinhood account that I helped him set up, and he's up like 15% in the last month, so he's super happy. But anyway, those are my three. Oh, and Trump. How could I forget? Anytime Donald Trump was on, we were through the roof. I left the elephant in the room out. But anyway, Miller is good, all right? Miller's really, really good. He understands this inside and out. And his point is like, why are we exhausting ourselves with this? It's pretty darn simple. But the left has to make something out of nothing, right? Like it's just what they do. They can't help themselves. It's why the woman out in Wisconsin had to make a whole thing while ICE was in her courtroom of taking the guy who was the suspected criminal for domestic violence, thank you very much, took him into her back office and let him get away. And now the New York Times is on her side. I spoke to a Democrat the other day who's trying to tell me, oh, Hannah Dugan should be running for vice president. And I'm like, what are you people talking about? Like, you really want to lose, don't you? You just want to lose. Oh, they like AOC and this woman is VP. You got to be kidding me. But this is where their mentality is at. It's important, I think, to understand that, to really have a grasp of the way that they're thinking, because it is so unbelievably anti-Trump. It's like they can't get out of their own way. I don't think they're ever going to be able to win another election. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm really and truly okay with that. The state of the Democrat Party is really one of a total, utter mess. And it's of their own doing. In other words, they could fix this. Do they want to fix it? No. I mean, Gavin Newsom is trying to offer them a path forward. Not that he would be the one, but nonetheless, they don't want to fix it. Trump weighed in on this, and it was awesome.
Well, not all of them. I think you have a lot of them that they don't know where they are right now. I think they don't know what to do, like men playing in women's sports. I saw a guy that I know, a good guy, Democrat. He's trying to justify, 2 days ago on television, he's being hammered, and he's trying to justify men playing in women's sports, and it's sad. I wanted to call him and say, you better get off that subject. That's not an 80-20, that's about a 97-3, okay? If they talk about, you know, the famous, they always say it's 80-20. What's not, a lot of these things are not 80-20, like transgender for everybody. Let's have transgender for everybody, your kids, everybody. That's not an 80-20. They always say that's 80-20. That's 99-1, I would say. So, look, in one way, I don't like talking about it because I don't want to talk them out of it, because, you know, it would be harder to beat them if they were normal on things. It shows that they're almost insane. And they do suffer from Trump derangement syndrome at a high level. And I guess I'm honored by that. But I'll say this, look.
TDS at a high level. They're almost insane. So insane that Hannah Dugan is now facing a federal criminal charge for obstructing justice because she was willing to allow somebody who was accused of domestic violence to escape from her courtroom, much like perhaps she was trying to escape the reporters who were trying to hound her down.
Judge, anything to say about this?
Yeah, they're almost insane. Actually, I'll go further. They are insane. Okay, TDS is a real thing. It really warps the brain. It's TDS plus political desire that is highly misguided.